Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Question I was getting asked the other day, so I'm going to nip it in the bud before I forget. A lot of people are saying rent or buy. Now, I live in I think, you know what, I don't even know how many rooms it is because I don't use hardly any of them. I think the house I live in is 8 bedrooms. It may potentially be 9, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 8 bedrooms. There's 5 bathrooms. I've got a 2-acre field. I've got a 2.5-acre garden. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, you make all this money, why don't you own a house? The simple answer to that is obviously they're haters, and we all love the haters. But to give you all the honest answer, I don't agree with buying a house to live in personally. My aim is to build up a massive rental portfolio or a development portfolio. I don't want to tie all my money up in a house, for the simple fact that if I was to buy a house that I wanted to live in, I think the house I live in now, they had it up for sale before we rented it. I think it was up for 1.6 million. I don't think in the current position I was in, I'd want to be mortgaging that property for 2 reasons. One, if an opportunity arises where I need to move away, say move to London for example, if I'm in a rented house on a 12-month rolling contract, so obviously once the 12 months it's up I can move out. You know, if I bought that house, not only would I need to wait for it to sell, I'd also obviously potentially have funds tied up in that property until it sells, which means I'm restricted on my movement when I get to London. And 3, a home is a personal home is a liability and not an asset. So a lot of people are saying, you know, well, I own my own house, rah, rah, rah. I'll be brutally honest with you, owning your own house is the same as renting a house. If you don't pay the bills, they're going to come and take the house off you anyway. Not only, you know, if you live in a rented house, they're going to come, and if you don't pay the bills, they're going to obviously kick you out. You're going to have to move out, find another rented house. If you own a house and default on the mortgage, not only will they kick you out, they'll sell the house for, you know, I mean, this is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but, you know, a third of what it's worth. You'll lose a load of money. You'll potentially lose your deposit. You'll probably never get a mortgage again. So, you know, there's a lot of problems. Everyone thinks they're secure when they own a home. It really isn't true. If you lose your job, you're in the same boat as Billy Joe that rents a house, you know, 100 yards up with a minimum wage job. It really does not make any difference. So just bear that in mind when you're deciding on whether you want to buy or rent your first home. I keep hearing noises out the corner of my ear. I'm not going to re-record this video because I don't have time. But yeah, I'm catching these videos. I'm trying to keep up with the content because everyone's asking questions, and I have promised I'll keep them coming. So yeah, this video is on rent or buying, and again, I'll reiterate, it's not that I don't buy houses. I buy houses to rent out that make me passive income. And obviously, I'll get into in another video. I'll get into what passive income and active income is, because there's a lot of people that say, you know, what's passive income, what's active income. But passive income is what everybody wants. You know, you want a systemised business. You know, you want everything you want to be systemised. And to be brutally honest with you, I think building a property portfolio is the best way forward. And don't buy your own home. Rent for as long as you can. You know, I mean, I don't intend to ever buy a home to live in. I intend to rent, you know, maybe when I'm 55, 60, you know, and I'm looking on settling down somewhere and I know where I want to live for the rest of my life. You know, that's probably when I'll look to buy somewhere substantial. But as it stands, I'm not looking to buy a house to live in. I only buy houses to rent out. And another question I got asked while I'm on the subject of rent or buy is, off the top of my head, it was something along the lines of, do I buy a house? Would I buy a house that's 300 grand or 100 grand? And I think there was a £300 difference in the rent per month. And I'll be brutally honest with you. You know, if you pull that back to the common sense in the question, you'd buy 3 houses at 100k each, rent them out, and you get, I don't know, say you get £800 a house. It'll be 800 times 3. Obviously, you've got costs to come off that, but you know, we'll just talk about overall. It's 800 times 3. If you launch 300,000 on one house, it's going to be 800 plus the £300 extra that you get in times 1. So the answer to your question is, buy 3 at 100k, or buy 1 at 100k and 1 at 200k, or 1 at 100, 1 at 150, and then save up for another. Don't buy houses for small rent increases. You know, buy low. As the saying goes, buy low, rent high. Don't buy houses that are well out of your price range, max yourself